All right, well, we did get new Samsung Galaxy S26s, and for video viewers, you can see I'm holding the S26 Ultra. You might not have been able to tell that it's an S26 Ultra because it looks exactly like an S25 Plus, but I promise this is the Ultra. It's the new violet color.
That's violet?
It had like a two-word name.
That feels like blue to me.
Something violet.
Cobalt violet?
Yeah, that's what it is. Cobalt violet. One of the new
What?
shiny colors.
Violet, you're turning violet.
Two
violet.
colors now?
Yeah, cobalt violet.
Cobalt violet.
Anyway, yeah, so we know all the things now. We know all the specs, all the features of S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. Quick story. I didn't get to go to the event.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Maybe a little inside baseball, but for those of you who are also tech YouTubers, you know about this. So Samsung, when they're coming out with a new phone, for example, will first reach out to all of the tech media, whoever it is, and go, hey, we've got something to share with you. We have a briefing slot for you, and we have a content capture slot for you in this nearby city. And, you know, we kind of have read the rumors, we've deduced, we kind of figure out what it is, and we'll go, oh, okay, yeah, this is going to be the S25. And we'll go, okay, we go on the briefing. They'll explain all the features and specs and price, and we can answer any questions. And then we'll go to a content capture session. So if you're a video creator or a social media creator, whatever it is, you have time to get hands-on and make your video. And that's what you'll see all the YouTubers publish at embargo time or when the official announcement goes out, right? They've had one in New York many times. They've had one, I'm assuming, in California many times. I think there's usually one in London somewhere many times, so that creators from all over the world can just sort of fly to these local places. And then lastly, they'll have Unpacked. And then Unpacked is their big event where they'll do the whole unveiling for everyone else in the public to see. And they always ask us to go to Unpacked, but I don't know, by the time I've made my video, there's nothing really more for me to see at Unpacked. So I typically don't actually go to Unpacked.
Well, yeah, that always hasn't been the case of the like briefing right before, and then it's weird the embargo coming out at the same time as the event. So our video is totally made by the time the event comes. So it's like, what else is the event for?
Yeah.
Yeah. That always hasn't been the case, but it has been lately.
I've gone to Unpacked a few times and been like sitting in the audience waiting for the event to start and publishing my video from the seat at the event, which is like, they've done it almost like that, like the same time. But lately they've just been like, please come to Unpacked, please come to Unpacked. And, but also here's all the stuff ahead of time. So maybe you don't have to go to Unpacked. This year they're like, yeah, there's no content capture sessions anywhere. You have to go to Unpacked to do your content capture session. I said, all right, I guess I'm going to Unpacked this year. It's in California. And then we get 2 feet of snow and it shuts down 2 straight days of flights. And I booked and rebooked and rebooked and rebooked and had 2 straight days of flights canceled. And I just literally couldn't go. Brandon did go because he flew out of a less snowy city and he was actually able to get there. So he shot a bunch of footage out there while I got the footage back here. I got my briefing still. I got to combine all of my information and the footage. And so I've seen the phones and I make the video and the video still goes live at the usual time. But yeah, it's sort of backfired where Samsung like finally got me to go to Unpacked. And then the Blizzard was like, nah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Can you tell the story of the phone arriving this morning?
Oh yeah. So then, Unpacked, you also are supposed to, pick up the review device so I can make my review. And since I'm not there, I said, Samsung, can you ship it to the studio? I said, sure. Yeah, we'll ship it to the studio. It'll arrive on Wednesday, which is today. So I'm editing this video this morning of the, Brandon's footage and putting this whole video together. And I get like a knock on the door and the door slides open on the studio. And there's a guy standing out of breath holding a huge pink bag in his hand. Like, this is you? And he just points at the bag and it's got a label on it. And I'm like, what? I assume this is not for me. He's got to have the wrong address. But I go, yeah, can I like maybe help you find the right place? And I look, and sure enough, it is our address. It says MKBHD. It says our suite and everything. And I go, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is for me. So I signed for it. He goes, yeah, sign, write your name. And I signed and wrote my name. And then he dipped, and that was it. And I opened the huge pink box, and there's a smaller UPS box inside. I opened that box, and it's the Samsung Galaxy S26.
Was he out of breath because it was like by 10 a.m. or something?
He was out of breath because he was like a courier, like a local service courier. So maybe he was like stressing trying to get it here on time or something. Maybe he had a deadline, but he definitely was out of breath.
He was in shorts and a t-shirt and boots. There's a lot of snow outside. It felt like he ran here.
He probably sprinted through mounds of snow to get here on time.
I don't.
Apex outfit. I like that.
Also, I don't think you're understanding how big the pink bag was that he came with. It was like gigantic. It was like 4 feet tall. Yeah. It had like this huge zip around the middle of it. So it just really didn't make any sense. Yeah, it's outside.
Yeah.
We can take a picture and put it on the pod.
It's gigantic.
It made no sense.
I was like, this cannot possibly be for me.
Tim and I were getting water in like the lobby and saw him walk in and I was just like, what is going on? And then we walk back and he's in the office talking to
So
me.
it's just for the phone and the buds?
Yep, just for the phone. Just the phone.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, now we have it here. So shout out to that guy because now we have the phone and we can talk about it in person. And
I want to issue my disappointment to Samsung.
whoa,
Yeah.
okay. Is this for all the phones?
No, just for the Ultra.
Oh, okay.
They've just slowly made the Ultra look just more and more like the Plus. And, you know, I understand that when it was like really sharp edges, maybe that was like not the best for your pockets. I get that. But I feel like the more aggressive design was very much like, it's Ultra. It's the Ultra. The S21 Ultra is the best designed of all of them. I'm just going to put that out there.
So I'll just run through real quick so people know what's new or different about this Ultra. Because you're totally right, and I have a lot of the same thoughts.
Yeah.
First of all, they slightly changed the design. It's a tiny bit thinner. It's a tiny bit more rounded, so it's a little bit less square.
Gets a little more rounded.
They updated the camera rings to now also have this like plateau around them, kind of like the rest of the S series lineup. And they switched back from titanium to aluminum rails.
That's what everyone's doing. Everyone's like, oh, it's bad thermal.
I don't think other phones have had that plateau.
The base phones, or sorry, not the base phones.
No,
the
you're talking about the Fold.
The Folds have had this.
Yeah.
Yes, and now the whole lineup has this. So now they all look the same, as David is saying. And they're like a couple new colors, and they're still $1,300. Still has the S Pen, still has the bright screen on the front. And the one big interesting new feature is on the display, which is kind of insanely complicated. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how they did this, but it's the privacy display feature, which is, video viewers are going to see this in person. You can clearly see, like, the viewing angles of the screen are pretty good normally, but you've seen those, like, privacy screen protectors people put on their phones sometimes where if you put it at an angle, it's pitch black. Those are kind of annoying because they, like, ruin your screen usually, and also you have to take it off if you get annoyed by it. This is built into the phone. You can turn on privacy display, and now when I tilt it off axis, it blacks out the phone. And this works from vertical axis, horizontal axis. It's very effective. And not only is it very effective, but you can customize exactly how it works. So you can have it black out the whole display, or you can have it only black out certain apps. You can choose those apps, or you can only have it black out password fields and notifications if you want. Like, it's very specific to
Can
how
you do the
customize.
password fields? I swear I remember them showing a thing for that, but I don't remember them showing it in the event.
So password fields, it says pin, pattern, and password. That's just lock screen and settings and secure folder.
Okay,
So it's not in a bunch of other apps. But if you just black out your whole banking app, like, that's probably pretty
Yeah, you should do that.
So yeah, that it seems to work incredibly well.
Yeah.
It only dims the display a little bit when I turn it on. It's really good.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing it by directing the light only directly up out of the screen instead of letting it kind of emit.
Almost like a pair of washers over each individual pixels
lenses.
that
lenses.
goes higher to narrow the width of the light emitting.
It's a cool idea.
Really cool. I want to see. You probably can't see it up close because think of that on every single pixel.
Yeah. And that you can turn it on and off. It's really cool.
Well, I guess so. Then they come back down all the way to the bottom, so it doesn't interrupt the width of the light emitting. So it raises, but the little animation they showed was there's just everyone's got an animation for everything. Like the Fort Knox animations 800 times. This means nothing. But this I was watching, I was like, oh, wait, that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I wish I could see the mechanical aspect of it.
Yeah, it seems to be hardware, right?
It's hardware,
It's display innovation.
When you turn it on, do you feel like something moving inside? How does that even work?
So
Samsung
essentially,
Knox, not Fort Knox.
Samsung.
I thought you were making a joke.
Samsung. I was waiting to see the how they explained it in the keynote because my briefing didn't have a lot of technical information on how exactly they're achieving this. But the way they seem to describe it in the keynote is they have half of the pixels are regular wide emitting light pixels, and half of the pixels have this sort of a focusing hardware on them. I don't know if it's hardware or lenses or whatever, where they are very narrow, emitting just forward. And so when you turn this feature on, all of the wide emitting pixels turn off because it's an OLED, and you're just left with the narrow emitting pixels.
Oh, so it's not all pixels that have this like screen over it.
Right.
It's just the random.
It's half
narrow.
of them.
Got it.
And so if you have those narrow emitting pixels on, I assumed I would see a big hit to screen brightness. And I'm sure maximum brightness is lower, but it still looks totally fine when I look straight at it. And yeah, then you can customize like which pixels turn on and off. So if you just have a notification come in, you can just turn those narrow pixels on and leave the rest as wide emitting pixels.
Does that mean your resolution is worse when it's on?
Yes. Yes.
I didn't think of that.
So half your pixels are off,
okay,
so half your resolution is gone.
And all of them are on when the privacy protector is off.
Correct.
So it's using the narrow and the wide ones normally.
Yeah.
Huh, that's really cool. I guess if you're somebody who really wants just privacy on some things, then you don't really, no one cares if they have 4K Bank of America app open, I guess. But
Yeah.
huh,
I mean,
so you do lose, I wonder what the resolution is. Is just
so the resolution is the same. It's still a 1440p display when it's maxed out. So yeah, it's
But your pixel
theoretically
density-
half your pixel density is gone.
Huh.
And I mean, I'm looking at it like really up close because I maxed out the screen resolution right away, and I turn it on, and yes, it does get a little bit more pixelated.
From this angle is crazy because I saw you looking
saw it
at it,
black
and
out?
then when you turned it on, it just went black.
Blacked out. That's hilarious. Perfect angle. Yeah, I don't mind that resolution loss for that feature.
You should show Ellis the because I think he missed that part of the event where like a notification comes up and just the notification is like black. You did see it?
Yeah, that's cool.
That is like one of the cooler demos I've seen in a while.
sweet.
Yeah. I mean, they used a lot of the keynote talking about that for sure. It was the first
they
thing
are.
that they talked about during the
Yeah.
keynote. So
To Samsung's credit, and they've done like a bunch of crazy display innovations in the past. They've done the Note, they've done the Galaxy Mega, they've done the Galaxy Round, they've done the Trifold, the regular fold. They've done a lot of crazy screen stuff, so this is right up Samsung's alley. But also, to your point, David, the rest of this phone feels less unique than ever before.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I think my review, I feel like I have to say, it feels less like an Ultra than ever before.
yeah,
It does have a S Pen, but it's kind of just
they
like
took away the Bluetooth in the S Pen.
yeah, it's like a bigger S26 Plus.
I think to
Yeah.
David's point, like the boxier display, like it still all kind of felt like a Note to us, right? Like it
Yeah,
felt like
for
the
sure.
Note was just released at the same time and they called it Ultra. Now this just feels like an S26 lineup. Yeah, like
Yeah.
plus or plus.
I mean, my
max.
theory is like last year for Q1 2025, of all the Samsung phones sold, the S25 was the third highest selling, with the two before it being the cheap phones, like the pay-as-you-go phones, which sell a crazy amount. And so I think that they probably just want to make the Ultra more appealable to more people and seem less aggressive, so that more people are like content with it.
It's really interesting.
Because everyone in the United
Those
States,
numbers
not
are-
everyone in the United States, but a large chunk of the United States just buys phones through carriers anyway on carrier plans.
Yep.
And so most of these companies are selling the most expensive phone to the most people. So at least in the United States. The iPhone 16 apparently did sell more than the 16 Pro Max in the Q1 of 2025, but the Pro Max is always near the top.
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm assuming they're just trying to sort of like make it a little more simple so it appeals to more people.
Well, they also narrowed the difference in price between the base phone and the Max or the Ultra.
This is
Yeah. Did
This
they
is
at least
such a
raise the
stupid
storage?
So they did. So
Because iPhone did this too.
yeah. So last year, S25
Not
was
really.
$799. Right?
yeah. Sorry, I got confused. I think technically the S25 is the same price without the 128 gig option,
Which
right?
is exact. They keep doing this.
But it
It's
didn't
they're like
Apple-
the third company to do this.
This was the same price as the year before, but you just
for more
got
storage.
the more storage. That's what Samsung should have done.
Yes.
Samsung just took away a cheaper option
Yeah.
and kind of like played it off with like, well, you get more storage. It's like, yeah, but you could have gotten that same phone for the same price.
Yeah.
Storage
So
is
there
like
is
half the
no-
cost of the
Storage
phone
is
now.
crazy
Yeah,
right
Storage is
now.
like half the cost of the phone.
So there is no 128 gig version of the S26 at all. It starts at 256 gigs.
Okay.
And
Of the-
that phone is $900.
$899 for the
$899
regular
for
one?
the regular S26.
Whoa.
That's garbage.
What the heck?
So then it's 256 gig, $1,100 for the S26 Plus.
No way.
1100.
Wow,
and then
not
it's
really Canadian
$1,300
there.
for the Ultra.
That's crazy.
So yeah, they're all expensive phones. And when you look at what other phone companies are calling Ultra with these crazy fast charging, like silicon carbide batteries and these massive display and camera arrangements, like all these insane features that they're doing, this doesn't feel as much like an Ultra phone like the way those do.
Yeah.
You know?
They're really trying to sell the Ultra, though, because when you go to Samsung.com and you go to shop, it just lists Galaxy S26 Ultra. And then from there, when you go to that page, you can pick Galaxy S26.
Oh, it's like a tab on the top that's
a tab.
really easy to miss.
It's like, you're going to buy the Ultra. You're going to buy the Ultra.
Wait, do the regular ones come with the privacy screen, or is that an Ultra feature?
Ultra
That's
feature.
only Ultra.
So the
might be
sell
why.
that to
26 and
business
26
people.
Plus is
They're the same phone.
it's the same.
And
Yeah.
they're kind of terrible deals compared to like the Pixel and the iPhone.
And those phones really didn't change much. Like I think
Yeah.
the battery went from 4,000 to 4,300 on the base. Otherwise, it's like same phones, same cameras, slightly different design. Mostly everything else.
The
is
most
same.
boring looking phone I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Good
it's their
gosh.
generic standard phone. So
It's honestly not even Pixel isn't even a better deal because Pixel 10 is 800, but that's at 128.
Inside
And then-
you, there are two wolves.
So 256, you're at the same price.
Yeah. You're either the S26 standard edition or you're the trifold. Yeah. The two wolves of Samsung.
The Ultra. all you needed to do. If the S26 Ultra comes out with the privacy screen, Qi 2, and like a silicon carbon battery, it's like phone of the year right off the
Relax.
like.
That's
banger.
true.
What
That's
a banger
heater.
phone! What an
That's a
actual
heater.
upgrade. Instead, they're
Kind of
like,
ugly though.
hey, here's a pretty cool thing. Let's give you that, nothing else, and just yap about AI slop for a while.
At least
didn't
the
you
Pixel
say they
is
would have you thought it would have magnets?
I do have to issue an apology to all of our listeners.
We thought it would have.
We
magnets.
strive for accuracy at this podcast.
That was a prediction.
I
A
gave
very
you
confident.
fake news, and I apologize.
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
it
But
was-
next year, we got it next year.
Because
Next-
we all said it wasn't going to have magnets.
well, my uncle works at Samsung, and he said that next year they're going to have G2.
Yeah,
They're gonna, but
he's
it's
gonna
gonna be called
ban
like
you if you don't.
Yeah.
Bixby stick or something like that.
Yeah. Speaking of Bixby, a lot of the other features that they talked about with these phones and that are new are software. So a bunch of AI stuff, a bunch of Bixby, a bunch of integrations, Gemini here, Perplexity there, a little bit. There's the new Bixby's technically LLM powered. It used to be a small language model. Now it's a large language model. So I'm going to be trying out this
Skip
new
the
Bixby.
medium.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's
Bixby
just
10B.
they managed to import or build their own versions of a lot of the same features that have made Pixel phones. Like they have call screening now, and they just have a different name for it. But they have like that. They have it's like
Nudge or something.
Yeah, Now Nudge.
Now Nudge.
Now Nudge, which is essentially Magic Cue, which is both meaningless things to say out loud, but it's basically built into the keyboard. Will give you suggestions of things to type based on the context of the conversation you're having.
When they announced that, I was like,
AI
I've had
powered.
that for 50 years.
I was like, Marquez, is this that thing Google has? And both of us were like, I can't remember the name of it. You looked it up, and then I went, I honestly don't know if that's working on my phone because either I just don't use it and skip by it all of the time because it's so useless, or it literally doesn't work.
Might just
And
not work. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you which one it was.
Yeah, I hardly use it. It doesn't really work on the Pixel. It's supposed to be a fun Pixel feature.
yeah, it
But
popped up once for me and it was wrong.
Unfortunate. So yeah, maybe Now Nudge will be a little better. Maybe.
Now
they also have this like image playground thing. I think it's called Creative Studio, where you can like AI generate whatever image you want. Like they had endless AI generated images as features
Of cupcakes.
basically.
I think Allison Johnson posted an article that was like, Samsung is on slop watch for Unpacked 2026.
They called it an AI phone
yeah,
in all caps at the AI agent. phone.
yeah.
Didn't they call it AIOS?
AI.
Samsung just invented iOS.
It's an iOS. It's an
They
iOS.
didn't invent iOS; they invented AIOS.
AIOS,
Okay,
yeah.
there are other iOS.
Yeah, Apple
they just
iOS.
invented yeah. Oh my God.
Your grammar is wrong. Shouldn't be an iOS.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
So a lot of you take it or leave it. Some of that stuff I'm sure will trickle down to older phones as well. But if you're thinking about S26s, you now know that they're very similar to S25s, and then the Ultra has this one sick display feature.
Charges at 60 watts now. That's a big
And
that's
charges,
a thing.
yes. So the whole lineup charges a little faster than before. 25 watts on the base, 45 watts on the Plus, 60 watts on the Ultra.
I wonder if it's because I remember this is either I think this was the S20 Ultra when they said it charged at 45 watts and it only charged at 45 watts for like 2 minutes.
This will be similar, I think. It's
like
going to
peak
peak
charging.
at 60 watts, but I think the stat that's maybe more informative is it's like 0 to or 10 to 80% in half an hour or something like that, which is decent.
Can I complain about something that's
Yeah.
only for us? In the spec sheet that they sent us for your briefing, the way they describe charging is the S26 has super fast charging, the S26 Plus has super fast charging 2.0, and the S26 Ultra has super fast charging 3.0.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
No wattage numbers, no nothing.
This is exactly
That's
something
what we
else.
This is how Apple does it too.
I had to get that.
They just give you this bad branding without any of the technical.
That same
specs.
sheet has an option, like it shows all the storage options, and then it says micro SD. Not available, not available, not available. Like, why even,
Why
have that
even put
there?
it on this?
Get rid of that.
you're
Just get rid of that column, guys.
Yeah.
Unless we're going to bring it back. I don't know.
Anyway, it comes in cobalt violet, which I don't know why they
That's
called
my
that.
that's my favorite Microsoft product.
Cobalt.
Microsoft Cobalt Violet.
Oh, Copilot.
I was gonna say Dua Lipa hates that color.
I didn't get it. I did. Thank you for spelling it out. I didn't
You gonna
get
keep
it.
that in the podcast?
Hey man, you had a lot of bangers last week. You can't win them all, okay? Sky blue, which I did like that color. Black and white, did not like those colors.
No, black is the one.
Are there any online exclusive colors?
Yeah, there are.
There are.
Silver shadow, whatever that means.
Wait, that's the
It's like
exclusive.
gray, basically. And pink gold, also exclusive.
Not rose gold?
Not rose gold. That's
Pink
patented.
gold?
Yeah, fair.
That
I
is
don't even
patented.
see.
They're
Oh,
gonna
wait.
Oh, I
yeah,
almost
pink
forgot. How
gold.
could I forget? Slightly wider apertures in the Ultra's primary and telephoto cameras.
Never mind, I'm all in.
How could I forget?
Yeah, they do have like an action mode now that they had that like straightens
Yeah.
the horizon, and that Becca did like a short on
that's
it,
cool.
and it actually did look very good. She was able to like rotate the camera like this, and the image stayed like exactly the same. It like did not move at
It's
all.
clever. It's similar to what Apple did with the selfie camera on the iPhone, where if you are recording a small enough section of that rectangular sensor, then you can fully stabilize
The center portion.
the whole thing based on whatever the orientation is.
Yeah.
I'm just explaining that poorly, but it's clever and uses the hardware well.
Marquez, we are locked in because I was about to bring that up because I was so mad that they did not steal that from Apple with the
Yeah,
S26
the square
Ultra.
sensor.
Yeah, like
They-
why not? I was
I-
just hyping this feature up yesterday to Jess because she was asking me how that selfie feature worked. And I was like, it's so good. I can't wait for everyone to steal it. There's actually an event tomorrow that maybe we'll see what the S20 and nope, nothing.
No stealing.
So they didn't do it with the selfie camera, but that one feature of like super stabilization horizontal lock allows you to like literally flip your phone upside down and the horizon stays locked because it has that much degrees of stabilization.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Hey, thanks for watching that clip. If you agreed with what we said in whatever we were talking about, leave us a thumbs up. If you disagreed with whatever we said, hit that subscribe button down there. It's down there somewhere. Thanks. I like that.
We can't see your dislikes.